Hi guys, Gigi here. Today I'm going to tell you what we need to know behind the explosion in Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon. On August 4, a massive explosion in Beirut left 137 people dead, with dozens more missing. More than 4,000 people have been injured and more than 300,000 lost their homes. The impact was so huge that dozens of nearby buildings in Beirut were severely damaged or destroyed, as the explosion left a crater 200 meters across in the port.
A massive explosion at Beirut port is estimated to have caused $5 million in damage.
You'd be forgiven for thinking this was footage from Portland, Maine, but it's not. These are scenes from Beirut, Lebanon. So, what are these people so actively protesting against? After all, it was just an explosion, wasn't it?
Lebanese blame Beirut explosion on years of criminal negligence, uncaring and corrupt government.
The explosions appear to have been centered at Beirut's port and caused large-scale destruction, shattering windows miles away. Exact casualties are not yet confirmed, and from all reports, the cause of the blast is not immediately clear.
Protesters called for a revolution as they stormed government buildings in anger over the deadly blast that devastated much of the city. This tragedy could have been avoided.
It all started 7 years ago when Mr. 𝑾𝰰𝑻𝑯, the individual who had leased the ship, informed the captain he didn't have the funds to pay for passage through the Suez Canal, so the ship, the Roussos, was to sail to Beirut and earn extra money by picking up extra cargo. On November 2013, the Roussos, a then aging Russian ship, arrived in Beirut port. Once in port, they discovered that due to the ship's age, the extra cargo, which was heavy machinery, was unable to be loaded. It was now, when they tried to leave Beirut port, that things went bad. The Lebanese officials found the ship to be unseaworthy and impounded the vessel for failing to pay port docking fees and other charges. When the ship's suppliers tried to contact the leaser for payment of fuel, food, and other essentials, he couldn't be found. Officials forced the captain and 3 of his crew members to remain on board until this debt was solved. Lebanese immigration restrictions prevented the captain and his crew from leaving the ship, so they struggled to obtain adequate food and supplies for their stint in isolation. Now, during this time, the captain and his crew were virtually held as hostages, and the captain was forced to sell part of their fuel just to buy food. But luckily, a Lebanese judge ordered the release of the crew in August of 2014. The Lebanese authorities then took charge of the ship's deadly cargo, the now known 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, and they moved this cargo to a storage facility known as Hangar 12. As for the ship, the Rosas, well, it was left to rust away in the port until it finally sank in the harbour somewhere between 2015 and 2016. The New York Times states that senior customs officials wrote to the Lebanese courts at least 6 times between 2014 and 2017 seeking guidance on how to dispose of the ammonium nitrate. Now, you can see to the left that we have those public records for you to peruse. If you can translate them, great. But we'll continue. In the view of serious danger posed by keeping this shipment in the warehouse in an inappropriate climate, the director of the Lebanese Customs writes, in May of 2016, we repeat our request to demand the Maritime Agency to re-export the materials immediately. Now, they all knew it was dangerous. They knew they were sitting on a ticking time bomb, but nobody did anything. Nothing was done until chemistry settled the argument, and it exploded.
The tragedy that could have been easily avoided happened, and now it's the innocent people that suffer the most. Can we blame them protesting against their government? No. And now, this is a wake-up call from you and me. Most of us don't know about this, but even before the coronavirus pandemic, at the start of this year, Lebanon seemed to be headed for a crash. For years, Lebanon political gridlock prevented economic reforms, the failure of which, in turn, resulted in rising corruption and perpetual instability. For the Lebanese people, the economic situation has reached a point that made them realize that the government is just collecting more debt while banks still cannot pay. Politicians have stolen people's salaries and livelihoods. Parents have been struggling to send their children to school, lack insurance, face power cuts, and are confronted with garbage management issues. That's why Lebanese signed a petition calling for France to take control of Lebanon has garnered more than 50,000 signatures in 24 hours. Lebanon people deserve to be heard. They ask for our help. If you want to donate, don't donate directly to the Lebanese government, which has been the subject of protests condemning corruption. Find the Independence Organization. I'll put the link below. So there you go, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. See you on the flip side.